Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel. Peter likes, oh my God, books. How are you guys doing today? Can you see that Pee-Pee is like right here? He's like, Dad, you are like a total nut job. All right. I need to make a video talking about something that really pisses me off, okay? And I actually was gonna get up today and do my New Year's resolutions for reading, and I thought, I don't give a shit about that, honestly. I'm gonna read what the hell I wanna read. If I don't like a book, I'm gonna put it away. That's my New Year's resolutions for reading. It's just not that deep. So anyway, I last night finished Cinder by Marissa Meyer, okay? Would you like a 2-second review of it? Well, this is not a spoiler. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I gave it 5 stars. I listened to it on Audible, which I thought the Audible narration of it was great. I loved it. I loved everything about it, except for one thing, and I'm gonna get to that in just a second. But like, I got to the end of the book, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody if you haven't read it. I will say that I think that Cinder, as far as like, I don't know, I haven't read the rest of Lunar Chronicles. Apparently there is Cinder, followed by Scarlet, followed by Crest, followed by Winter, followed by Fairest, okay? And Fairest, I think, is just like short stories or something that has to do with it. I don't know. So, but what pisses me off about this book, you guys, and I do think this is fair for you to know before going into Cinder, let me just tell you a little story. Do you ever go to hotels, like when you're out of town and you rent on-demand movies? It's like one of my favorite things in the entire world. Okay, so years ago, my ex and I, we were out of town. I can't remember where we were, like in Vegas or something. And we were like so excited to like order room service. It was like a shitty night outside weather-wise. I think it was Vegas, actually. And so we ordered the very first Lord of the Rings movie. I don't remember what it was called. I haven't read those. I don't like them. They bore me. So anyway, if they're your favorites, have at it. Enjoy them. Those J.R. Tolkien books. But anyway, my mom loved them. I could never get into them. But it wasn't The Hobbit. I think it was just called The Lord of the Rings. I don't know. So the movie is like 3 hours and 45 minutes, okay, of a total yawn fest. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. I was so confused through the whole thing. But like, I kept on watching it because I was like, first of all, I paid my $12.99. And second of all, like, I want to find out what happens at the end of it. Have you guys seen that movie? You don't find out what happens at the end of it, okay? They go walking up the side of this hill, and I will never forget, I turned to my ex, and I said, I don't understand. Like, we don't get to find out what the fuck happened. And he was like, no, you have to watch the next one. I go, well, where's the next one? He goes, it doesn't come out for like 2 years. I'm like, what? Like, even Harry Potter, like, doesn't do that. Like, Harry Potter's could be standalones, right? I was so pissed. And I vowed I was never engaging in that Lord of the Rings madness ever again. I was done with it. Pee-Pee, hold it together. So anyway, I read Cinder last night, and I am so excited about it. But if you guys are like on Audible like I am, and you know I'm obsessed with Audible, right? And I love listening to audiobooks. I was getting to the end of it, and a lot needed to happen. And I kind of like, if you listen to the book, or I mean, when you read the book, you kind of see it going in a certain direction, especially if you know the fairy tale of Cinderella, right? And you kind of see it going into that direction. And then, I mean, I guess what Marissa Meyer did, which is like genius, is that she wove all these fairy tales together and like they're all one big story, I guess, like Once Upon a Fairy Tale or whatever that show is on TV that I've always wanted to watch that I don't watch. But anyway, because I'm like at the end and I'm like looking, I like look at my phone and I have like 3 minutes left and I'm like, oh no, ma'am. Oh no, like this, there's no way all this shit can possibly happen in 3 minutes, right? I'm like, are you kidding me? Is this another fucking Lord of the Rings cliffhanger bullshit again? Totally was. I was like, I am so gypped. And this is what I feel about it, right? Like, I'm even reading the Spiderwick Chronicles right now. You don't have to read all of the Spiderwick Chronicles to know what happens in the series. You can read 1, or you can read 6, or I think there's 5, or you can read 4, or whatever. You don't, like, I hate when books leave off at the very end and you have no clue what happened. And now, like, for me to feel completed, I have to go on and read Scarlet. Well, guess what? I don't have Scarlet. I have Cress. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to go out and buy Scarlet. And I'm really pissed about it. And the other thing is that everybody tells me that they hate Scarlet. And I'm like, well, but I want to find out what happened to Cinder. Like, I want to find out all this shit that happened in the book. Like, I want it to come to fruition. Like, I want to know what happened with this girl. Like, seriously. That's why I read standalones, you guys. That's why I don't read series. I think that series that do that have a cliffhanger at the end, that force you to buy the next book, I think it's a fucking cheat. I think it's bullshit. I think they either should put out one huge book that's like 2,000 pages long or whatever. And you know, like I've talked a lot about this before on here, like As the World Ends by Rhiannon Frater, they're zombie novels. Oh my God. They're like my favorite zombie novels of all time, and you guys know I love zombie novels, right? Rhiannon Frater, amazing writer. But like she had like, I think it was one big book, and she broke it up into 3 pieces. And I still have the third part to read. I should have listened to that next on Audible. I'm actually, right now I'm reading All the Missing Girls. It's okay. But anyway, and I was like, but hers, like, could totally be standalones. Like, if I'm gonna read a series, I wanna read a series that I can respect for being a standalone, but goes into a series. I don't want a series that doesn't have completion like this. I was really, like, the more I thought about it, like, I was driving around last night, now, bonus content inside. What's that, an ending? I doubt it, I wish. What's the bonus content? The bonus content is an interview she did with Mary Weber, who's the author of Storm Siren. That means you have to go buy Storm Siren. And turn the page for Crest bonus materials. Well, guess what? Crest bonus materials. I have them right here. Oh, there's bonus materials in Crest, but not in Cinder. Anyway, I'm pissed. Like, I'm really mad about it. Look at all these bloggers that blogged her out. Do you see that? All those bloggers, and it's like on Cinder's foot. When I was done with the book, I kind of like drove away, and I was kind of like, yeah, that was really good. I give it 5 stars, but really, like, if the more I think about it, like, because of the ending, I'd probably give it 3 stars. Like, I'm kind of pissed, and I kind of am thinking that maybe I need to go back now and change my rating on Goodreads. Do you guys ever do that? Like, I was so into it the last 2 hours or the last 100 pages of it, and then like the more I think about it, and a lot of books do this. This is not just Marissa Meyer and Cinder. Like, this is a lot of series, and this is why I don't read Cinder. This is why I don't read series. This is why I read standalones. Like, even Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, I mean, like, it wrapped it up at the end. Like, I appreciate that, okay? You didn't have to like read on, like, if you didn't want to find out what happens to Miss Peregrine and all of those, the children and the rest of their, you don't have to. It wraps it up, and you're done with the story, and you put it in a little box and put it on the bookshelf, and you're all done with it, right? But not with Cinder. You gotta read the rest, which means I now have invested in 4 books because I want to know what happened to Cinder. Do you guys ever feel like this? Do you ever feel like pissed because you get to the end of the book and you're like, now I have to read the rest of them? Anyway, that pisses me off so bad with books. I'm over it. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Follow me on all my social media. I'm real active. All right, bye.